Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. It is podcast time. We're going to split it up into two separate topics again. So this is episode 8, part 1, season 3. My name's Julian, and this is Alejandro. What's going on, dude?
Uh, Great. We won. Um, Inter lost, so I'm gonna be shameless as of now this season.
Ooh,
And it's a double
don't do
win.
that.
It's a double. Nah. Uh, Personally, good. Football wise, sad.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. For this first parter, we're going to go over what's happened in the past week, kind of, only because I missed the Sassuolo game, thank God. I was at a wedding. I had prior responsibilities. I had other responsibilities. I actually was in the church, funny enough. I watched the first 10 minutes and I saw, was it Loriente who scored the first one? The
I
one
think.
where Szczesny put the ball in his own net.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, okay.
Probably. Yeah.
So I was in church. I was watching it because I was waiting for everyone to arrive at the ceremony. And I said, fuck, really loud. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And I basically took the Lord's name in vain in church. And I was
You
like, that's going off right now.
you did the reverse of others. Others skipped the Lecce game because of the Sassuolo game.
Yeah, I
You,
was,
you
yeah.
thought you escaped the pain, but you didn't.
No,
Actually, that the Lecce one was probably even like uh, it might sound crazy, but if you watch that game, the Sassuolo game, this one is actually a bit worse
I believe it.
for so
And
many
I want to get
reasons.
into that. I want to get into why I believe it. Because I was going to so let's transfer to, yeah, as we're recording yesterday's game against Lecce. But by the time you're hearing this, has been 2 days since the Lecce game. I think we were so bad and we were so, I don't know, pragmatic in that sense, like super pragmatic because of what happened on Saturday. I think Allegri's like, you guys conceded 4 goals. You looked like absolute donkey dick in the defensive phase of the game, that we're not allowing anything from this Lecce team. And they didn't, to be fair. But Lecce was also very oof in the when in the attacking third. When they had the ball, no one cared. Were you scared when Lecce had the ball?
Um, no,
They were not penetrating anywhere. They
they're
were ugh,
they're not a good
they're
team.
meh.
They're not a good team.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know how
yeah,
that was the first loss of the season.
I did the
Crazy.
preview. I looked at the lineup. I was like, I don't know who these guys are. Like, no
What, you don't know
disrespect.
Strafetza?
Like, no disrespect, but I'm like, that's a relegation side lineup. So I gave them
Yeah.
credit, and I saw them yesterday. I'm like, yeah, they're not good, And
No.
I agree with you. It felt like, oh, guys, we conceded 4.
Yeah.
Just, I get that when you play, I don't know, Inter Napoli at home the next game. Okay, close shop a little bit,
Yeah.
because man, what happened there? You're playing Lecce, and unbeaten or not. I mean, the first 50 minutes, you should have, clocked that. You know what? They're not good.
Yeah.
Screw the ultra pragmatic stuff and let's play. But I could have played in that game, I think, at that pace. I'm not even joking,
Yep.
because it was. I don't know if it's a sport over there. Like for older people, it's like 50 plus. They play football, but they cannot run.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how it's called in English. They cannot run, And if you,
It's an over 40 league.
yeah, like they're actually quick walking. I don't know how you like speed walking, And if you
Yeah,
go
speed
too
walking.
fast, they blow the whistle. It felt like that.
Yeah.
It felt like that. It was unwatchable. Like I missed games, like moments in the games, because I was talking to my dad. I looked up and I'm like, I missed a couple of minutes. Like
Yeah.
I haven't like, and you didn't miss anyone, like anything, because nothing happened. Uh, I thought, like I said,
I
there
got a
was
question for you. You watch every game with your dad, right? Or at least as much as
most of them.
possible.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, he's
What does your dad say? I want to know what your dad says.
he's out.
He's,
uh,
he's
he blanks out throughout
he just
games
does
now.
it for to bond with you. He's just a vibe
Yeah,
thing.
he watches every game, but like
Yeah.
he's not fully invested in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
Okay. Yeah.
It's tough. Like it's tough, and I I I thought I said that was horrible, and I thought like that was nice. That was disgusting. Like that's unacceptable. And
Yeah.
the positive is
Collectively, it was bad.
the positive is I made a video. For the first time, nobody said, "Ah, shut up, we won. We took the 3 points." I think everybody is up to that point now. You know,
Oh, okay, good.
we got
That's
the
good.
blame like as a channel. We got the shit for a year and a half because we were quote unquote early on it. Um, but man, like you got the win, but like, does it feel like a win? Does it?
No,
It doesn't feel like one.
it's nice to see. Okay, I got a stat for you though. It's nice to see 4-1-1. I'm not gonna lie. Sustainability besides the point. Is it sustainable to keep play like that and keep winning? No. We know that from last year and the year before when we got all those 1-0 victories against shit teams. We know it's not. But this time last year, or sorry, we didn't get our fourth win of the season until match day 10 last year.
I I I get that,
It's
but
not
we
an excuse.
ripped
I'm
an
just
eight
saying
winning game streak to make up for it,
yes.
and it was a fluky one.
Yes.
But you said 4-1-1, and then you look into it, and like the one is Bologna and the other one is Sassuolo, and you're like,
Yeah.
like that's not the progress we needed basically. Like it's not because
Nope.
we have beaten not nobody. Like I'm not gonna use Lazio because I don't rate Lazio at this point. Like they're not a good
Yeah.
side. They're very hot and cold, like a bit like us, but only with less talent. I'm
Yep.
gonna say, less talented team. So they can have a very good game. They can have a bad game. Like that's that. But we haven't beaten anyone. Like we still need to play the real teams, and like one of them, if you want to call it real team, Atalanta. They're not the old Atalanta, but if you put out that type of intensity on Sunday, you can
Get run ragged.
at halftime you can be like I'm good. Like I've seen it,
Yeah.
it's done, because I don't get. I was expecting something different, not quality wise, but more like energy, intensity, like even
At
just
home.
yeah, like good. Try to play. I try to put out some good vibes, even if it looks all over the shop, if you know what I mean, like
Yep.
offensively. But like you said, it was extremely pragmatic. It was extremely calculated.
Yep.
I don't think it was needed like that.
Nope. There was one passage of play where if you played like that for probably if you did 10 of those sequences, you win 4 or 5-0. It's the Chiesa one
Yeah,
that he missed.
yeah.
And was it hard? No, it was 6 passes in a row in tight spaces.
But yeah,
But then you get in your comment section, oh, Danilo made a great pass. But the thing is, oh my God, like the guy's a giveaway waiting to happen.
I that's like that's what I always say, like big picture, because you
Yeah.
can say yesterday somebody like people told me some wild stuff. Like one is the Danilo one, like good pass, and I said it was a good pass, but he had 70% accuracy in the first half, and up to the 60th minute, he lost possession 15 or 16 times. You know how ridiculous that is against a team that's putting absolutely no pressure on you. And I'm not even
So
joking.
he misplaced 15 passes. I'm looking at it right now
Yeah, okay.
as a defender.
I'll I saw 15 and I stopped, and I'm like, I'm done. I think first half he had 70% pass accuracy. That's not good.
Probably.
That's not
No.
good. Like there was no pressure. There was no pressure. That's not good. So you can look at that one pass and be like, oh, but then you can also be like, and nobody did that, by the way. Milik was
Nope.
terrible, but he scored.
Yep.
I've seen nobody say, oh my God. Everybody's saying, yeah, good goal, but he's terrible. Then why are
Yep.
we not doing the same for player?
Danilo?
I'm
Yeah.
not going to name him
Horrible.
anymore because it's not fair. Like that's why I've always said players are being held to standards they don't deserve, and it's not the same. That's my issue. And then on
Yep.
top of that, somebody told me, oh, but on Sofa Score, I think it's Sofa Score, he's like 6.7. Milik had an 8 on Sofa Score. Does anyone believe that was an 8 out of 10 game? Because if you do, leave the sport. Like just leave it
Yeah.
because you are going to be extremely disappointed throughout your life watching this game. Because that was not an 8. He got the goal. I gave him a 6 because he was terrible. He was
That's
absolutely
I think that's
terrible.
nice giving him a 6 there.
Yeah, I
That
gave
his
him a
first
6.
half was
Winning
his
goal.
first half was horrible.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. He didn't look like he ever played the sport, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's still a part of the issue, in the fan base. I think they see one thing and they like, oh my God, good or bad, and they stick with
Yep.
that. And like that's not fair. It's not fair. But other than that sequence of play, nothing. And the goal
Nothing.
that was Remember, we did a podcast last week, and I opened it by saying like we are extremely clinical. We
Yep.
still do not create a load of chance. We don't put goalkeepers under pressure where they're making saves
Nope.
or they need to do some ridiculous. We are not doing that. No, we're not. And the more games are passing, the more we are heavily relying on individual brilliance again. Like with every
Yep.
single game passing, and it's a big worry. It's worrying, extremely worrying at this point because it's year 3 and we're still doing that. And
Yep.
you just can't. Like you cannot do that. You can't. Like every little piece of goodwill we saw preseason against Udinese is gone. It disappeared.
Oh yeah.
It's like we don't even need to mention it anymore because there are no signs of it. Nothing.
There's no continuity towards how you played in that first half against Udinese. Sure, the Lazio game that was good, but like Sassuolo was bad, Lecce was bad, Bologna was bad. Empoli, you dominate a really shit team. Okay, so no consistency still. The
Yeah.
starting 11 you put out there. Okay, I get you need some squad rotation because it's a midweek game. Then you have Atalanta away at the weekend. Sure, I get it. How does Adrian Rabiot and Locatelli get starts every week? I'm not even saying Locatelli was bad yesterday because again, he did what he did exactly what he needed to do. He defended really well and he didn't give the ball away too much. Like it wasn't one of his worst games.
No, it wasn't one of his worst games, but it was still very, you know.
It was meh, right?
Yeah, it was just meh. Um,
Yeah.
at this point, I'm like, you can put out there whoever you want. It's more of a mindset, because
Yeah.
what I heard post game yesterday, I was so sad when I hear Chiesa in a 5 minute interview repeat spot number 4 is the goal repeated 3 times. I'm like, this is sad. This is brainwashing
Yep.
because these players know that even if we lose game, we just need to get 4th place. I don't like that. I absolutely do not
No.
like that. That's one, and 2 is I have 3 points. 2 is like it's more the idea because we've seen the best 11 out there do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm at a point where I'm like I want to see certain players, but like I don't know if it's gonna make a lot of a change besides individual stuff. And point 3 is I said that when he took Miretti off at halftime, I'm like against
This
Sassuolo,
is
you didn't
Sassuolo
watch the
game.
game.
Yeah.
I'm like
No.
that's not fair to the kid because out of the 3, he wasn't the worst. He absolutely was not the worst player on that pitch. He wasn't. He slipped for that goal from Berardi, but he was the only one even reacting to. I think was it Gatti giving the ball away?
Yeah,
Like he was.
Gatti bad pass. I watched the highlights. I
He
remember.
was the only one reacting. He slipped.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like he slipped. I get it. That's fine. But everybody was too slow to react in any phase. And I'm like, it's not fair. When I watch Locatelli and Rabiot in that gameplay, I'm like, how? How are you still on that pitch? It's not fair. Like you said. Why? I don't know. Like, because, well, you saw Rabiot's stats. It's unbelievable. Like, the GA is unbelievable. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but goes back to the eye test. Is he key? Is he important in key moments? Yes. But throughout 90 minutes, like there are games I forget he's playing. I'm being completely honest. Until he
Even
pops up.
defensively though,
It's not
has
that.
he been that great this year?
No, not as last season. No. No.
Like I am comparing to last year because last year he was actually like he was good last year.
Yeah, I said
For
that.
who he is, he was good.
Yeah.
But this year, like he's not been good. I don't. He got an assist because he fucking headed the ball back to the back post.
Yeah.
That like okay, that's what's it called? What team used to play like that in England?
Burnley?
Like the Burnley. Yeah, you pump it in and into the back post, they head it across, and it's set piece goals. Like
Do you
Rabiot would be the
believe?
best Burnley player ever.
Do you believe? Like, does anyone believe he's gonna play for Giorgio Miretti in a starting
No.
11? No.
No,
So
no.
Then-
No, against you know what he's gonna do? Coppa Italia against Salernitana or Sampdoria.
not even then. I'm at a point where
You don't think so?
no, I don't think he's gonna
Oh,
do
okay.
that. I don't think he's gonna do that because I don't think he is. That's why. Yeah, I mean, Locatelli plays because he's the only one who can play that position as of now. You know,
Yep.
that's it. That's as simple as that. So he's not gonna get subbed. Period. You know, Rabiot is his guy. He's not gonna get subbed. It's just Miretti and Fagioli playing it out week in, week out. Which I also don't like. 45
Yeah.
minutes, 60 minutes, bench. This like you're not gonna improve. Like you're just not.
No.
That's just not gonna happen. Not on a pace it should be happening. If that makes sense. You know, it's
Yeah.
just not good. So why? They're like one position wise, and two, Rabiot is his guy. Period. So I don't know. Even when I was watching yesterday. I'm like, okay, like surely you can stop him off. Yeah, hold him like 4 minutes. Minute he gets. I'm like pointless. Just keep him on the bench.
Yep.
Like don't.
I thought out of the three midfielders, Fagioli was like not the best,
He was
but
the.
like
Yeah, I agree with that.
he was all right. He's the best. No, because the other dude, the other job again. It was the pragmatic approach. They did what they had to do. Fagioli was the one who tried to play forward.
It's
How
tough,
sad is
man.
that? We have to think.
It's.
I have to think about yeah.
I mean, it's tough to shine if that's the approach to the game. You know, it's
Yes.
like
Yes.
it's not easy. So I'm not blaming. I'm blaming it a bit on the player, but like, come on, like surely when you're up in the pitch and you feel the game, you know, and you see how lit you're playing, you're like, come on, man, you know, as a group of players,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, come on, we need to step it up a little bit. But I couldn't believe what I watched. The game finished and I was going to my setup to record, and I was like, what the hell did I watch? What do I need to discuss here? Like I don't know what I watched. Like I wasted 94 minutes for 2 minutes of the
Yep.
goal and the highlights included, and waiting if on VAR if it was on or
Yep.
off. That's it. That's absolutely it. Like it wasn't even my Lecce pumped us, and man, scary hours. You know, it wasn't even that. Like there was absolutely
No.
nothing. I did a live with Norbert. I had no idea what to talk about. Game wise, I don't know what
You
there
could
was to discuss.
you could have copy and pasted your whatever match reaction from remember that 6 game 1-0
Yeah,
unbeaten
oh yeah,
streak we went
that
on.
was
Just copy and paste. That's what that was.
that was basically the same thing. Um,
But instead, though, this is a game where you come off a bad loss and you're home, and you again like there's no excuse. Like you don't have Europe to worry about. You don't have anything to worry about. That your biggest worry is Atalanta on the weekend, but like that's 6 days away. No, 5 days away.
I said
So like, go ahead.
no. I said there's no improvement. 3 years in, I
No,
don't see improvement.
no.
Um,
How?
I think it's wasted. Someone was saying, "Oh, like we played, we're better as a squad," and I'm like, "Are we?
Are we?
Are
What?
we? Because we
Who?
scraped top
Who?
four first year. Like, are we? Like, there's no improvement."
We're scraping top four now at this pace.
Well, if you look at the league, who knows? The league
I mean,
is ass.
yeah, but we've also played no one
I
good.
agree. I
Sorry,
agree.
good.
I agree with that. But it's I don't see improvements. I just don't.
No,
Like 3 years in, I don't know what we're trying to do. Like I cannot believe management is sitting there and they're like, you know what? This is actually good. You know, this is going to turn out to be great. Come on.
can we stop for a second as well? How many first team players have changed over the course of 3 years? Many.
Yeah, yeah. If you look at it, if you
So
deep
what
it,
does
yeah.
that tell you? What does that tell you?
I know, yeah, like it's coaching, you know. Because yeah, but I said last year, you got his players, you got Paredes, you got Di Maria. He didn't play
Yep.
Paredes. Like, he played
Yep.
Di Maria as a right back at times, the way he needed to pick up the ball.
Yep. He
And I'm
wanted
like,
Milik.
yeah, I'm like, okay, like you're not getting Tchouaméni or whatever, like those type of players. And I get that, fine, but you're struggling against teams like Sassuolo. Like you're not struggling against Man City. That's
Yeah.
all. Like that's the flip side. Like that's compensating a little bit because credit to Sassuolo, they lost to Frosinone and then beat us and Inter. But when you look at that Sassuolo side, you're like, yeah, no. Like so,
It's a bad team.
credit to coaching there. That's coaching because when you look at the
Yep.
team, you're like, no, man, this is not good. Like this is not a very
Yep.
good team, and coaching, maybe a
Yep.
bit of luck, whatever, but still, like they're doing it. So coaching, and I don't see anything. I don't see improvements. That's like I don't see. Oh, this is what we're trying to do. I saw that preseason, Udinese, whatever, and then it stopped. So I'm gonna say we fluked it. Like it was just
I
a good
agree.
period, a good moment, and now we're back to old
What
habits, basically.
was it? Just because Cambiaso turned into frickin' Kyle Walker for half a game? Like why? What? What happened to him? He's exactly who we thought he was.
You know what it is? Yeah, I don't think it's also like he played, then he got benched. Like
Yeah,
international break, he didn't play. I
because
didn't,
Kostic
I didn't,
survived the transfer window
yeah, I didn't
again.
get that. But remember when we played with Udinese and everybody was, oh my God, Cambiaso. And I was like, he was good. Like I gave him man of the match because I was impressed.
Yep.
But I also said, I tweeted out, said, I'm not sold yet because it's one
No,
game.
you can't be. Yeah, it's one half.
And
It's
people
one
are saying,
half.
"Oh,
Not even a
you're
game.
spoiled." We are spoiled. I've seen Alexandro
Yeah.
stink it out. Like I'm not spoiled. Like I could have easily said, "Oh my God, amazing, whatever." But it's one game. I said, I need to see for a period of time.
Yep.
But this is also not fair. Being benched, whatever. I need to see it consistently. Uh, but when he came in from Bologna, I'm like, good, something new because I don't want to see Alexandro. But what I've seen in Bologna
Yep.
wasn't like, oh my God. Like people can trying to convince me, but no, man. Like if that was, oh, he was fantastic and excellent at Bologna, then
He wasn't. He's
the
a
standards are
mid-table
not
wing
good.
back.
Yeah, he was just okay. He was good. Like period. Like
Yeah.
whatever. Like okay, he wasn't excellent and brilliant. Don't let's not do that because you will get disappointed at the end of the ride, or you end up backing a player that what just isn't it.
Yep.
And I could have done this. I could do the same thing with Miretti, but the issue, like the difference is Miretti. This is second season. If he gets consistent game time and he doesn't improve at all, I will be at a point. I'm like, yeah, you need to go out on loan because this is not working.
Yep.
Just fix it because at the end of the day, I want to win.
Yep.
Same for Sule. It wasn't working. Now it's a Frosinone and he looks excellent, or like he looked
Yep.
excellent. He looks very good. Period.
He
As
looks
of now,
very
he
good.
looks very good. Because he's playing his type of football. Whatever, it's free, and fine. But the Cambiaso one, yes, yeah. Defensively,
He
he was poor.
he was the worst player on the field.
He was the worst player on the field. People might say Rabiot, but I thought Cambiaso
No,
was bad.
defensively and in the attack, like he couldn't get a cross off. I've never seen so many block crosses. Same move every time. Like he did the fake right, go left, okay, block cross.
There was
Then
very
defensively in the first 10 minutes, two
yeah,
balls went over the top, and he was like, I was so scared that Almquist guy was gonna fall when he tugged the shirt.
yeah. That looked clumsy as hell.
Yeah.
Like the movement was there, but the link up was missing. Like he was still
Yes.
sliding into midfield, but
Yeah,
it
he
wasn't the
was.
same. There wasn't the
Nope.
same, and that's bringing up to my point again. When we were doing that preseason at Udinese, it was linking up with Miretti and Chiesa. It wasn't linking
Yep.
up with Rabiot. Static possession,
Yep.
control it, turn back, play it sideways. It's different. So that's not helping as well. Because I know, like, if it's Miretti, it's one touch. Or he turns quick, ball, gone, If it's
Yeah.
good or bad, whatever. But with Rabiot, you will pick it up, you will turn a couple of times, play it sideways. You will take all pace out of that, movement. And
So I have a question then. Not a question, just like a thought. Once McKennie loses his form, because he will, what if Moretti starts on the right hand side of midfield? Why not put Cambiaso as the right wing back? Sorry, right center mid. You know what I mean, right?
oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
right
okay,
midfielder,
like that, yeah.
center midfield, yeah.
Cambiaso
And then
right.
Cambiaso on the right side. It's just the opposite.
Okay, like that. Maybe.
I said once McKennie loses form because at this point you still have to play McKennie.
Yeah.
He wasn't great yesterday or the other day, but
He wasn't bad.
it is what it
yesterday.
is.
Like
He wasn't
defensively,
bad.
did his job.
Yeah,
Offensively,
yeah,
I think nobody was good offensively. There was nothing. Um,
yeah.
on McKennie, like he took him off at Sassuolo. I couldn't believe it. Like I could not
I
believe.
didn't watch. So was he good or
He
bad?
was
I don't
he
know.
was the best player on the pitch with Chiesa. Like that was
Against
it.
Sassuolo.
Yeah, he was very
Yeah.
good, and he took him off for the way out very early. And I'm like, I want to see where long term. Like I hope
Yeah.
because I think he can offer something different. I can be completely wrong. He can be complete bust. That's fair. But he took him off around the 60th minute. I'm like, now you're making an early sub, and it's him,
Yeah.
not him.
What
It's
was the
not.
score at that point? Was it 2-2?
I'm not even sure anymore. No, we were losing. We were losing. I think we were losing
Losing?
already. I think we were losing. Um, because he brought on Ealing Jr. as well, because he was on when Chiesa scored. But he took him off, McKennie. I'm like, no, no, that's not the issue here. Like, you have
Yeah.
Locatelli and Rabiot stinking it out. I mean, Vlahovic playing poorly, that, okay, you stopped him off. Costi, like, those were the issues, not McKennie. And he took him, like, that's also something with Allegri. When players are playing extremely poor, he keeps them on. When a player that nobody rates is actually doing well, he's like, now I'm gonna, mess it up, like
Yeah.
bench or subbed off. I'm like, but McKennie, I agree. Like, you cannot bench him now. Like, just ride
No,
the
not now, at
ride the
least.
wave
Yeah.
now until
And
it lasts. Just ride it out.
exactly. Like, you have to. That's good managing, but at this point,
You know what a
who
crazy
knows what he's
stat
gonna
is?
do?
He played his
What is?
100 game for Juve before Chiesa did. I know he had the injury, but like still.
Oh, McKennie was
He was on Sunday and
Saturday,
Saturday and Chiesa was yesterday. Injury, okay, I get
and
it, but like still,
yeah.
he got loaned out for half a season. Still crazy when you think
Yeah.
about it a little bit.
Well, Kiss was out for a year. There you go.
Yeah, I get it, but like when I saw that, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. Well, that's the review. It's still shit. We moved to Atalanta on it's in Bergamo on Sunday. I believe it's noon kickoff for me, so that's 6 p.m. your time.
Yeah, yeah, 6.
Yeah, if you have that same intensity you came out with yesterday against Atalanta, they got young new players. They're gonna hunt you down probably, especially at home. Trying to think of their. Oh yeah, they got the Catalaro's firing. Lookman's still good. It'll be interesting to see if Gotti gets his place back.
I'm gonna do the preview, and maybe you as well. I don't think
Yeah.
we're gonna win. Like, I'll put it out there as simple. I don't see us
You
winning.
don't think we're gonna win?
No. I think
Okay.
if we pick up a point, I won't be happy. I won't be celebrating a point, but I'll take it at this stage.
Okay.
Like, I'm still gonna call it out because it's not good enough, but I don't think we're gonna win at all. Like, I don't see it. I don't see how. Like, I have no like. There's no blueprint. There's nothing to go off to say
Yeah.
we're gonna win.
Atalanta won today.
They
Okay.
won away to Verona, I think.
Yeah.
1-0. I don't know. It was 1-0.
Myers. Yeah, they won 1-0.
Okay, so 1-0. Yeah. They're not the old Atalanta, but there's nothing to go off.
Okay players.
They have a good squad.
okay
They have
players,
a
yeah.
decent squad, but they don't play with the same whatever like swagger they
Who's the
did a couple of
forward?
years back.
Oh, Skamaka, but he's not available.
No, he's injured. I think he will be back after the international break.
Low key. That team, if they're all healthy, that's not a bad team.
No, it's not a bad.
That's actually kind of scary.
Yeah, and you know what intensity they will bring to the table.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna match that, we matched that last season.
Yep.
We did, and we were the better side, and at the end
We
we
drew
won.
3-3 that one game, right?
No, we
And
won.
we won.
Oh,
Didn't we
I
draw
was no, we won with Vlahovic. No, when they got and the Junior scores first goal.
Yeah.
We won 2-0.
Oh, at their place. I'm saying, but they also.
Oh
drew
yeah,
us
no, yeah, I was
3-3.
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
their away.
Okay.
Like, we matched that and we made it a very good game. At the end, we were the better team and we took it in the second
Yeah.
half. We did we handled business, but I don't see us matching anything at this moment in time. Because you cannot go there pragmatic because that halftime, you can be completely out of the game.
Yeah.
You just need to match it because I was at the stadium for my home team. They were playing
Yep.
their derby. They were down 3-0 at halftime. 5 minutes hat trick
Wow.
because there was no intensity. They were shaking, on
Yeah.
their legs in possession. They had absolutely nothing to show for it, and you can feel the fear when the first goal went in, and then the second one, and then the third one. You're like, what? Second half, they came out and they were on it.
Yep.
They gave no space. They couldn't even turn in possession, and they came back 3-3, whatever. But I sat back and I'm like, man, if you even put up half the effort in the first half, you'll be good for 90 minutes. You will win that game without any issue.
Yep.
You know, so I don't get how you can come out so looking so flat at times. You know, like yesterday, it was flat.
Yeah.
It was really. It was like me at times. I need to do my job. You know,
Yep.
clock in 7 a.m. I'm like, ugh,
Monday morning, it's like,
still 9 hours and a half,
yeah,
basically, or whatever, nine
yeah,
hours. I don't know. That's the type of feeling I had yesterday.
yeah. I agree. I agree, 100%. It was like they were, ugh, this is my job,
Yeah,
because they probably heard their boss Allegri say, "Do not let shots or be tight defensively," because they just conceded four, and that's what I honestly think happened, and that's
yeah, I
fine.
agree.
Like you won 1-0, great. Don't do it again on Sunday.
No, no,
Don't.
please no.
Yeah, prove us wrong. Can I go to the questions now?
Yeah, you can read them out.
Okay. We're gonna go because we went on our social media and asked people to ask us questions, whatever questions they had. So now we're gonna answer them. Well, hopefully we can answer them. This is probably gonna be the longest answered one. Well, we give our longest answers to this question. It's from J Medical Supporter, or average Juve fan. How long will it take for Serie A to change? It feels like there's controversy stopping progress every week and a lack of motivation to change from clubs and league that leaves Serie A in the dust. Empty stadiums and lack of revenue across the board.
Um, I don't, I don't have a time frame, but I'm gonna say it's gonna take an extremely long time. Probably to a point where
Whenever,
it's too late.
yeah, whenever people get fired and good young people, young minds get hired, that's when stuff will change.
When you don't have De Laurentiis and Lotito calling the shots.
Yep,
When you have teams that actually bring in the viewership,
yep.
making decisions, things might change, and that's not happening now. So yeah, it's gonna be extremely long.
Pretty much every bottom half team has a cow patch of a field.
Yeah, yeah.
Even like sometimes the San Siro is also shit and shambles, but like our stadium's actually very nice
We have
because it's
we
modern
have the
and
best
it's new.
stadium, yeah, modern,
Yeah,
but
of
it's
course.
embarrassing what's out there.
It
What's
is.
in there?
The,
It's
the
embarrassing.
atmosphere is horrible,
It's
but
horrible.
the actual infrastructure itself, like the grass, the stadium.
It's top notch, and we own the
Yeah.
stadium. We're the only club and
Yep.
Sassuolo that own the stadium.
Yep.
And I actually Sassuolo not 100, but like let's say they own it,
Close enough.
close enough. But we own the
Yeah.
stadium. Like it's from us. We don't need to pay rent. All those other teams
Yep.
pay rent to the city, revenue, whatever.
Yep.
Juve they don't. But
And we're still broke.
I was we're still, yeah, yeah.
Figure that one out. Italy. Come on. But yeah, Serie A, it's gonna take a while to change unless the old guys get out. The old man's club becomes a young man's club.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say to that. And the controversy, they shoot themselves in the foot every year.
Yep.
It could be about Juventus, it could be about Napoli now. Mess would they have to deal with right now? Except they won 4-1. See, when that shit comes out for Napoli, they do the business and win 4-1. Last year, every time some big news popped up, we had a stinker.
Mindset.
Mindset. So there's that answer. Mr. Soccer Mate went on a rampage here with questions. Do you think Yildiz is carrying the U23 team? I think he makes a difference, as he should.
He
Young
makes a
starlet.
difference.
So,
From what I've
and
seen,
he should
he's
be,
their best player at the moment. So
yeah, he should be playing at the first team level. The minute, he was about to come on yesterday. That was such a snub.
yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah. Same for
He's
Junior.
like,
Like
nah,
he
nah,
was
nah.
putting on clothes at the start of
Yeah,
and then he was seated down. Yeah,
yeah.
that was yeah.
I honestly think Illing needs to go back to the U23
I
team
don't
to
think he
just play
can
minutes.
go back because he played
He actually
too
can't.
many. I think he played too many games. I saw something on Sky. They were talking about it. He played too many minutes or something. He cannot go back at this moment in time. Something happened. They
Okay,
say like
well,
it's not allowed to go back. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. but he's not like he needs to play.
That's
That's
what I
what
mean.
needed to happen.
Yeah,
No, he needs to
that's
play
what I
for
mean.
us.
I no, I get
Firstly,
it, but like
because even
if he's not
yesterday
playing with us, if
during
he's
that
not
game,
playing
we
with us,
needed
he
a
needs to play
spark,
some minutes.
individual brilliance. He brings
Yes.
in Kostic. I'm like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do the trick here. But
No. Um, Mr. Soccermate also says, who can we and should we sign in January? A midfielder,
yeah,
like
if
desperately.
Pogba is doped up, yeah.
Yeah, Pogba's doped up. Nicolas Cavilla is not a
Oh,
thing. He's not a thing. We have four
I
midfielders at
forgot
this
he was
point
at
because
like you
McKennie
mentioned.
is now.
I forgot Nicolucci was here. I still cannot believe he stayed.
Yeah, and then McKennie is now a right wing back. So
Yeah,
we need a midfielder desperately, and anybody at this point. Sign
another
me,
10.
sign me someone. um, and then he also goes on Mr. Soccermate says, "Can Fagioli play as a regista?" I don't know, never seen it.
Apparently, but we've not seen it. So
In training, I've heard it for months. Yeah, he could
apparently,
be a regista.
Junior
I've
can
never
play
seen
as
it
a
in a game.
mezzala. Yildiz can
Yeah,
play as a mezzala. Miretti can play as a false nine slash
Sula
mezzala
can play as a right
slash.
wing back.
Yeah, like everything is possible. So why not?
Yeah,
I don't know. Not seen it, so maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
I actually cannot. Does he have
I
the
don't know.
characteristics?
I
Yeah,
need to
he's got
see
the
it.
passing range.
Yes, yeah, the passing rate, like like
Defensively, he's not there yet. I'm
yeah.
sorry. He doesn't do what Locatelli does. I'm sorry. He won't tackle, or not. He won't be good at tackling and winning the ball
He
back.
also like is like I don't know, like he looks like his built like how he's built. It doesn't look, you know what I mean?
He's
Like
built like Pjanic, but doesn't have the same
that.
energy
I
and
was
bite
gonna
as
like
Pjanic.
yeah, Pjanic was a bastard. I don't think Fajoli is that at the moment.
Correct.
So
Pjanic could play that role because he had some bite to him and he could get around a
yeah,
bit. um, so yeah. So actually, with that, I say no right now. Um, and then who the top 5 best players so far this season? How about let's just do top 3 for our team?
oh yeah, for like 5 for us. Damn it, that's
No, no, let's do 3. It's Chiesa, it's Vlahovic, and it's
I think it's McKennie, to be honest,
probably.
because he surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, he's playing over what we think. He's playing
Yeah,
above of what we think he
so
is. So yeah, I'll agree. It's Vlahovic, Chiesa, McKennie. Wow, who would have thought? And then we'll answer this last one from Edward N. Why hasn't Rabiot been subbed benched? The guy's overpaid, very average player. Last game, 30% of his passes were forward against Lecce. Less than 30%. I think we answered that. It's Allegri's guy.
yeah, simple as that.
And we'll leave it there for part 1 of this this week's podcast, episode 8, part 1. The next one you'll be hearing on Friday. Part 2 will be on Friday, and that's going to be kind of a juicy one. It's not just like a review of what happened in the past games. It's a in-depth look of what happens with the team and why is it so inconsistent.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video. It's very free to do. And we will see you next time. Ciao.
Ciao.